Buki Joshing Meto Cham Rira Binshin Yende Gambadi Sangye Shindu Nikde Uwargi Jokun Namda Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Niryatayami Chudam Soki Chognamla Chamchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Chudam Soki Chognamla Chamchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho Chudam Soki Chonamla Chanchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penshir Sangye Druparsho. Okay. I'm going to go back a line just so we, okay, Damoni, okay, you okay? Got it? You can look for 6A, the page number. 6A. Yeah. Okay, so we're explaining the word Abhidharma, okay, which is Sikdan. Sikdan means let's explain the word. Let's give the meaning of the word, Abhidharma. Then we're going to debate it, Tachepa. Then we're going to analyze it, okay? So here's the first one. And we did this already. Tong Gom Milov Lam Chi Me Jedang Dang Chepa Chichen. Why are you doing that? Is it Connie's birthday tomorrow? I don't know.
No, she just had.
Oh, here's the first one. Path of seeing, path of habituation, and the path of more learning. These Time lamps, Vimala, that's your name, okay, Time. These immaculate, these unstained paths, okay? And what stain means in Abhidharma is something that we will be talking about, okay? Jendang means along with their followers, right? Meaning along with their,
Well, last time we said accessories to wisdom. But,
okay, accessories or something. We'll see. You'll see what they are. Jendang means what follows along with them. Dang Chepa means along with. Dang Chepa is an idiom, and the syntax is A, B, Dang Chepa, which is A along with B. A, B, Dang Chepa means A along with B. Okay, that's the syntax. Okay. Sangye Chang Chub Semba Dang Chepa. Sangye Chang Sem Dang Chepa. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Do you say Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Dangchepa means Buddhas along with Bodhisattvas. Okay, very common. So those three paths, stainless paths, along with what comes along with them. Along with what comes along with them. Okay? All right. These are ultimate Abhidharma. Okay? Dendampe. And Dhampa means highest, Dun means meaning. Dun Dhampa together means ultimate, okay? These are ultimate Abhidharma. First of all, because they're ultimate. Nele Chung. because they are either the ultimate or they are what comes from the ultimate. That refers to the Jendangs. Okay, that refers to the things that come along with it. Okay, so they are ultimate either because they are ultimate, meaning the direct perception of emptiness, or they are what comes from that, meaning the accoutrements or the followers or whatever you want to call them. Okay, and then he says this isn't a positive. Okay, the Dharma, which is Gok and Lam, okay, Gopa and Lam. So Dharma in Abhidharma, the Dharma in Abhidharma means the third and fourth Arya truths. Okay, the ending, for example, your doubts, and the path, the Tonglam, the direct perception of emptiness, which causes the ending of those doubts. Those are the third and fourth Arya truth. Those are a version of the third and fourth Arya truth. Okay, there's more third and fourth Arya truth than that, but that's one of them. Okay, so in this case, the Dharma and Abhidharma means the third or fourth Arya truth, and if you approach it, okay, when you approach it, when to choke here is a verb. Choke here is a verb.
Direction.
Choke normally means direction, like north, east, southwest, but here it's a verb meaning approach.
Okay.
Up to.
Realizing of directly.
Later, he's going to say that, yeah. So, Ngundu Chopa here means approaching up to. But the Ngun here is the Sanskrit abhi. So, he's giving you the literal meaning of the word. What's the Dharma in Abhidharma? I don't know, direct perception, emptiness. What's the Abhi in Abhidharma? Approaching it, okay? Or you can say the direct perception of it. Okay, so the direct perception of, or approaching, or the direct perception of it is the Abhi and Abhidharma. Okay, now as we said last time with you, there's a problem here because in Tibetan, Abhi is used in both words, approach and directly perceive. So you're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have the Tibetan in parentheses, okay? Topina, therefore, you get here ultimate and abhi, okay? Therefore, you have here ultimates and you have abhis. Therefore, it's ultimate abhidharma, okay? Shejabechar, okay? So this sentence is written in a debate format. Let's take this Chechen, right? The debate format.
Yeah.
Take a subject, say something about it, prove it. Let's take those three paths, which are stainless wisdom, along with its the stuff that comes with it. Okay, I used to call it accoutrement. They are ultimate abhidharma because they're all these abhis, and they are dharma, and they're ultimate. So that's why shejubechur, that's why we call it ultimate abhidharma. Okay, that's all. So you could put lots of abhis in there. He put a couple of dharmas in there, and he just threw in an ultimate there. Okay, all right. By the way, here he didn't prove why it's Dindamba. He just said it's Dindamba. Okay, but we'll get there. Okay, good luck on that. That's a hard sentence.
Along with its bells and whistles.
Dindambe chungamba che chen, pumong lapa chen yinte sameki shiram jendante, kordu chepe tsowa duce neshadan chepe ngapa chen yimbe. Let's take ultimate abhidharma. Okay, Dindambe Abhidharma che chen. Pumbo ngapa chen yinte. It is something which involves all five parts of a person. Okay, it is something which involves all five parts of a person. Why? Sakmeki Shiram, okay, that's the real
Unstained.
Abhidharma. That's the unstained part of Abhidharma. Well, yeah, the wisdom is up here. It's the unstained version of those three paths. Okay, that's the unstained version of those three paths. Now it's said along with what come with it, right? Along with what come with it. Now he's going to identify what is it that comes along. So it's like Shirab is the king, and then four other states of mind are going to be together with it. Okay. What are the other four? Kordachepe, along with it, along with this wisdom, comes sorwa, the feelings you're having, dushe, the discriminations you're having, duche, the other factors you're having. I like to translate this as other factors. And the consciousness, the general consciousness you're having, they accompany stainless wisdom, which you can roughly say is a direct perception of emptiness. Okay. So, okay. Technically, you don't have these other ones directly. We just talked about that. You know, but they're still in the mind during that time. They're not manifest, like bodhicitta. There's that long discussion about it. So possibly you could say Sakme Shirab also is not direct. It could be understanding the pen. Okay, it's not during meditation. Okay, and during that time you have feelings going on. You feel cold while Geshe-la's explaining the pen. You're making distinctions during that time. You know, this is blue, this is red, and you have other factors going on in your mind. That's all the other mental functions. You could be angry, you could be jealous, you could be feeling inspired. Okay?
I didn't mention body.
He did not. So apparently the five
Five parts.
yeah, you've just got Sorwa, Dushe, Duche, Namshe, and the wisdom almost treated separately. Okay? Or he didn't mention, you're right, he didn't mention the body.
That's weird.
But he said five. He said five heaps.
He said Pum Pum Mouth above too.
He did.
Yeah. Maybe he forgot.
It's possible he forgot.
Or didn't need to.
You know what? I'm just curious because I agree with you. It's a little uncomfortable. I'm going to block out Pumbung Rinpoche. I'm going to go, thank God for Gopher. Can you imagine doing all this work without it? Everything we're doing would be much less accurate. But why don't we go to all the Abhidharma literature there is? Okay. Which is here. And why don't we say near Chungumba?
Oh.
Your Chechong?
Shirab Jejang?
Sakme Geshe-ram, how's that?
What are you searching here, Geshe?
I'm trying to see if any other author listed body among those five
Okay.
at this point in the text.
What are these two keywords?
Sorry, that one's, how's that?
Heaps.
Yeah, I'm going to look for having the five heaps, which is what the word he used here. And I'm going to look it up near Vimala. No stain. Yeah, Vim means no, Mala means stain. And it came into malevolent and malice and bad smells. Yeah, Malo. Okay. Now I just created an Abhidharma search field down here. See Ngumba?
Yeah.
I took all the Tibetan commentaries and created a search field, which is what I'm going to do while we're on words text, because we need more ammunition. I'm going to take some time with you guys and show you how to build a separate database of all the mind-only literature. Okay? Because I'm getting frustrated. You know,
There is no
I want to see if anyone ever said what he said, or he's just making stuff. You know, what's going on? You know. Okay. So anyway, here we go. Something went wrong here.
Too many matches.
No, I had it on or.
Got it.
Okay.
Seven's more reasonable.
Yeah, this author said included souk.
So,
Mhm.
so nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This author, who is Jamyan Shepa, he added the fifth heap. That means he forgot to mention it, or he thought we would assume it's there.
Yeah, so obvious. You know.
Yeah, but let's make sure. Now we're gonna skip to another author, okay? Because we don't want more confirmations inside of the same author. So this you should learn. Just click next file and don't click
Next match.
next match. Okay, next file. Now we got this is Choni Lama's book. Not interesting.
Oh.
Well, let's see if he has it again in his own book.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. Latine Tsarwa. Is that Shoni Lama's?
This is first Dalai Lama,
Oh, it's gonna be-
and
He.
this is cool. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Kordan Chepa Na, in the Jendangs of stainless wisdom, in the followers, or his circle.
Yeah.
How many heaps you got there? He's like, how many heaps you got there? Pumbo Tua is like Duma. It means how many? Just, can clarify it for me. Sakme ki shira ki kordu, in the circle around stainless wisdom. Sa kordu sakme ki tombe dupe nambarikche mayambe su kyang ye. There also exists form. First heap. You're right. You beat Chone Lama. But it's not just any form. In the form of the number Rikche Mayimbe Suk, that when you took a vow,
Right. Yeah.
Whoa.
the aura, you take a vow, and there's two kinds of form. One is at that moment you can see the person is taking a vow. But after you take a vow, there's supposed to be some kind of mystical light around you. That one is still there.
Do you think this is the origin of that? No. Because this isn't the
So he's implying you don't have,
regular form.
yeah, you don't have color, shapes, blah, blah, blah. You have that invisible aura, which is physical,
Or
that you get when you take a vow.
Implying that your body is sakche.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going further, which is not unusual. And he's saying that that must imply that your body's too dirty to be included among immaculate things.
In the school.
Like, that's the only clean kind of physical form there is. The halo you get when you take a vow. The invisible halo that a person who's got vows has. Okay?
It'd be kind of weird though that they consider feelings pure, like just regular old feelings are pure.
Well, the feeling.
Well, so this may explain why Choni Lama choose not to use form,
Yeah.
because most of them would be wrong. Okay, so if you,
Wow. Footnote.
I think it's sexy footnote. It's definitely make you look smart, and that's the main purpose of footnotes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm going down to the page number. Okay, and I'm inserting it in your text. But it's a great question you asked, and I really admire that you asked the question, that you thought about it. That's amazing. Okay, that's a good idea. Okay, because here he said all five, and then he didn't list form. Okay, and Stanley caught it. Okay, here we go. But I'm not going to praise you too much because your head's already big.
Geisha, will you check the other three searches in Gopher because
Oh yeah, let's go back. Okay. You want even more. There's 7 actually.
Yeah, we check 4. Right?
This is the one we just had. This is the same text by the first Dalai Lama. I have 2 versions of it.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 carvings, so I have 2 carvings of it. Mm.
Lord of Maker.
And only that. 5 and only the 5.
Wait, hang on.
That's a listen to. It's a quote.
This guy.
So, okay, I'm going to go back to here. Who is this? Lo San Chen Lin Nangyal. This is Gyalwang Tzu, the Gyalwang Abhidharma. And Gyalwang was a famous scholar, 1840, I think, from Saramay. Okay, and his Abhidharma is all debate. So it's not something I chose for you guys. It's only debate, and it doesn't cover any easy points. So it doesn't really teach you Abhidharma. It just discusses problems with the Abhidharma. Okay. And he says, Chungamba Chechen, let's take Abhidharma. Deja Rikigone, just nominally, there can be a division made.
Okay.
Okay, what? 2 kinds, ultimate Abhidharma and nominal Abhidharma. What's the ultimate Abhidharma? It's path of seeing, habituation, and no more learning. It's the unstained wisdom which exists in them, okay? Along with the heaps that follow with that wisdom, and those can be 4 or 5. 5 or 4. They can be 5 or 4. What if the person doesn't have vows?
4.
Oh wow, nice. That's smooth. That's cool.
Okay. I mean, he didn't say that. I'm just saying, kind of mission. If the 3 paths we're talking about, okay, are sitting at that moment on one of the form realm meditations, okay. I'm sorry, if they're sitting on the form realm or the desire realm, then, so he's just saying, no, he's saying a person in the formless realm, they wouldn't have a 5th heap. Okay.
It's not about the aura.
No,
Here.
not here. He's just going into a long thing about people having to be in the form realm or the desire realm. Yeah, I wouldn't go to this one. It's too confusing.
This still doesn't explain what Shuni Lama was doing because he's
Yeah, we still don't
5.
know what Cheni Lama forgot it or decided not to mention it. But what's sexy and useful to a reader is this one by the first Dalai Lama. You could have the heap of form there. Okay?
That's more interesting.
Okay, Nipa Tachepala. Now, we're going to have a debate about our definition of the word Abhidharma, or our description of the Abhi and the Dharma. Now we're going to have a debate about that point. And in the process, we're going to learn a lot more about Abhidharma. Kachi, please read, Stanley. First line.
Kachi
Sag.
Sakmed Ki Chus Inna
Good.
Dan
dun,
Dunden
dam,
Dundam
be,
Pachus
chu,
Pechus
ngunba,
Numba
yimbe, kyab, serna, serna. Okay, good. So ignore the English letters. They're just, like Z is just the low tone, S. This is S. We use a Z because this is low tone S. It's like C in Chinese, or it's sa, you see what I mean? You know what I mean? So don't think of the usual meaning of the Z. It's just because we needed another S. And we only have one S in English. We need a high tone S and a low tone S. So we just chose Z for the low tone S. It doesn't have anything to do with Z. Okay? It's just we needed another S sound. Okay, so Z is low tone S. Serna. This means to claim. What's a high tone S? Ser. Gold. See what I mean? It's like Chinese language. If you're a foreigner like Geshe Michael and you keep mispronouncing it, maybe you're saying you're a poop head when I want to say I really like you. You know, right? Because the tone is wrong. Okay, so here the tone. This is low tone. Ser. Z means go low, go down. Okay, serna. Here's our counter example. Namka chichen.
But we didn't translate that sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sakmeki chu, you know? If something is a thing which is free of impurity, has no stain. If something has no stain, vimala, okay.
Are Sakme and
Then-
Jime different transcriptions?
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh, that I don't know.
Okay.
You can look it up in Chandra, Lokas Chandra. Vimala or... Yeah, I don't know. Dundabe chungum yimbe kyap. Then it must be ultimate Abhidharma. All things which are free of stain are ultimate Abhidharma. And then our chechen is namka. Space.
Oh, space.
Empty space. Okay? Empty space. What did we just say about empty space? No.
Free of.
If it's our counterexample, we already know two things about it.
It must be free of impurity.
Good. And it must not
Not
be.
be ultimate.
Oh, I'll just slap your hand. I'm not going to kiss you. Okay? If you choose it as a counterexample, already we know that the Rangluk, our own system, is that space, empty space, is unstained, but it's not ultimate Abhidharma. Okay? Namka Cherchen, that Tao, are you telling me it's unstained? Why? Deichir, because it is, I'm sorry. Are you telling me it's ultimate Abhidharma? Why? Because it's unstained. Then the guy says, Dogma Drum.
It is not unstained.
It's good. It's, I'll kiss you again, but you're too far away. Thank goodness. Okay, because it's, sorry. Oh, it is. Are you telling me it's ultimate Abhidharma? Why? Because it is an unstained thing.
Yeah.
Then he said, I disagree, it's an unstained thing. And we say, there are Tao going up. There are Tao.
It is so.
Yes, it is an unstained thing because it's one of the three Abhidharma unproduced existing things. It's one of the three Abhidharma unproduced existing things.
Where's Abhidharma? Are you just
I'm just saying in the Abhidharma. Duma Chenam Sumyante Namka Dani Gopani. It's going to come in the first chapter. Yeah, two cessations and empty space are the only three unproduced things in the Abhidharma school. Okay, and you can almost say unproduced is a synonym for
Unstained.
just unchanging?
unchanging. And so when you see Duma Che, which means you want to go deeper, Gyudan Ken Dune Mache Picha. Gyudan Ken Dune Mache Picha.
Causes and conditions.
Oh, things
Something
which
that
come
doesn't
from
grow
causes
with
and conditions.
causes and conditions.
A thing which has not been produced by the convening,
Do okay.
by the convening of causes and conditions. That's the literal meaning of the word duce.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Wow.
Okay, Sanskrita? I forget. Anyway,
What is communing?
coming together.
Oh,
Causes and conditions join together. They come together. There's water, there's fertilizer, there's a seed, there's a sunlight. There's Geshe Michael out in the garden to do all that. And then, so anything that doesn't exist through the coming together of causes and conditions in the Abhidharma system is called unproduced, which exists. You see, you have to say which exists, because skyflower is also unproduced, but it doesn't exist. So you have to be careful. And in general, in Adam's text, we'll see Dumache listed as a synonym for
Uncaused.
Dakpa.
Oh,
Unchanging. Unchanging thing. Whether that's the case in Abhidharma always, I think you can say that. Okay? So Abhidharma literature only allows for 3 unchanging things. You want to know? It's coming, but I think it's cool to talk about it because we might not reach it by the end of this term. Empty space is unchanging, okay, and 2 cessations, 2 stoppings of negativities, 2 stoppings of undesirable things, cessations, 2 permanent stoppings of undesirable things. First one. Well, let's go to this one. What's it called? Sosotango and Sosotang Mingi Gopa. Okay? Sosotango, Sosotang Mingi Gopa, and space. So 2 kinds of gopas, 2 kinds of cessations.
Okay.
One is Sosotango.
The one due to the one by one analysis.
Analytical.
Yeah, because you saw emptiness directly. Negative qualities that you get rid of because you saw emptiness directly. And then what's this one?
You say it in Tibetan again?
Sosotang Mingi Gopa.
Because you
They didn't happen because of.
Yeah, they didn't happen because you saw emptiness directly. And the classic example is
Not being reborn.
yeah, keep coming.
Because of the late stages of the path of preparation.
Yeah, not having to go to a lower birth ever again because you understood the pen thoroughly. You understood the pen very well. Okay, so that's a cessation. So those are the only 3 unchanging things allowed in Abhidharma.
They don't talk about emptiness.
They don't. The word emptiness only occurs in the Abhidharma literature as one of the 16 aspects of the 4 Arya truths. Okay, and it's just tiny. It's like a little piece of a cake. It's like a tiny piece of a cake. Okay, it's one of the 16 aspects of the. So it's not a major subject in Abhidharma. If you're in the Abhidharma school, if you're wearing an Abhidharma hat, you probably shouldn't be saying emptiness very often. It's anatman, no self. Okay? All right. Although I will use DCI language during your class, just be aware that it's not Abhidharma language. Okay. So you probably want to have a footnote here of what are the 3 unproduced things that, okay. And you just got everything you needed. Now, when I make a footnote, I like to go find it in a text. Even simple things that I know already. Even things that I already know. Like if it says 3 realms. If I'm lazy, I'll just put desire realm, formless realm. If I'm not lazy that day, I'll go find some author that said the 3 realms are, I prefer the second. Especially, this is technical. This is more technical. This is not something everybody would know. So it'd probably be good to have a footnote.
Sure.
Now, if I were you, I would just say, Choni Lama's going to discuss this on page.
Yeah.
You see? And then I'll go find the, here it is right here. Dumachinam Siyante, okay?
Yeah.
So I will put a footnote and say, don't worry, this is coming on page 10A. This is coming on page 10A.
Because it's an Abhidharma concept.
Right.
That will be discussed
Yeah. Well, there's no use to have a huge footnote and do all that work and then find out he's discussing it 2 pages later.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just saving you time. He's gonna discussion on page 10A, okay, of this edition. Later, I would replace the 10A with your section number when you get that far,
Okay.
because there might be different editions. This edition may not be available in 100 years. There may be other carvings, or we don't know. Okay, so
Can I ask a question about footnotes?
yeah.
If it is something as simple as like the 3 realms or something, and you're saying it's better to cite some sort of text,
Yeah.
is there some sort of priority? Like, is it something older? Like, if it's from the Buddha, is that a better citing?
I just quoted Tibetan.
Yeah. So
I
would,
just
like,
quoted
Kapil
Tibetan.
Rinpoche be as
Yeah,
valid
he's okay for me.
even though
Because that's
it's-
where we go.
He's okay for
because
me.
we have access to your other.
Well,
books.
that, and I also feel like I'm just heading off scholars who say I made something up.
I see.
You know,
Okay.
if there's any Tibetan source, they won't say anything.
Can we quote
you know.
Diamond Cutter, your book?
No,
We
no.
have to go to Tibet.
Yeah,
and see.
yeah. Maybe in a couple hundred years.
Yeah. Just checking. I mean, I figured we should.
After Sugang makes the set of books, you know what I mean?
But if it's Abhidharma and it's somebody who isn't in the Tibetan school, then they might be more impressed with the sutra.
It's very hard to make a footnote from a sutra.
Well,
It's
certain
very hard to read sutras. Yeah. Sutras don't explain why the 3 realms are called the 3 realms.
That's true.
And not many Tengyur authors do. I mean, they may, but to read the Tengyur is extremely difficult, even for me. So, okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, it's a good question. Tao, yes, it is one of the 3 unproduced things because it's the example I gave you, which is not a very good reason. Empty space is one of the 3 unproduced things because it's empty space. I mean, thanks a lot. Okay, well, then I agree that it is ultimate Abhidharma. Okay, I agree that it's ultimate Abhidharma. Okay? Duminete, you can't agree it's ultimate Abhidharma because Lam Den Mayin Be'echir. It's not the truth of the path. It's not the truth of the path. I encourage you to always remember when they say truth of the path,
The idea.
It's not a truth.
yeah, they're not just referring to the idea. This is the path. They're referring to the thing. You see? Truth of the path and path are the same thing. The direct perception of emptiness is not, in English, it's not a truth.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? A truth in English means
Like the
all
truth.
pizzas are round. Or something like that. Most pizzas are round. That's a truth, you know? It's a statement.
Right.
But don't forget, when we talk about the 4 truths, we can talk about the examples of the thing. Okay? Like a toothache is lamden.
It's
In Buddhism, yeah,
really doing on them.
yeah.
right?
I'm sorry, doing on them. Yeah.
That's a crazy
A toothache is the truth of suffering. Okay? So here he said, empty space is not the truth of the path. Therefore, it's not.
It's not
Ultimate
Abhidharma.
Abhidharma.
Ultimate Abhidharma.
Well, then take the halo.
Right.
Right.
Karma?
I guess it's not ultimate Abhidharma.
That's not
Teacher.
what he's going to say.
Why?
Teacher.
Because it's not
Teacher.
Lamden.
Damaru.
So
Wait, what was my example?
The halo.
Halo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is the Halo Lamden?
That's
Let's
what
take
I
the
have to
irritated
say.
feeling you have. Anyway, I'm not sure his argument would fit the gendongs, the things that go along with stainless wisdom. Stainless wisdom is those 3 paths. Path 3, path 4, path 5. But I'm not sure I'd say everything related to that is Lamden. But he said so.
I thought it also said Gokten or Lamden, not Gokten.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that he did
Definitely
too.
did,
So
yeah.
that's kind of.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
Here's another kachik. Kachik, dear chung ngumbala shirab zo gyurpa 밑에 봐. 다 남시 조던 실업대 코드 중외 칠 쓰나. Dear Chung Numbala, here in the Abhidharma teachings, okay? Dear Chung Numbala, in this case, wisdom cannot be the main thing when we're talking about what is Abhidharma, okay? Wisdom, we said Shirab Chime Jedang Che. Shirab Chime Jedang Che. Shirab Sakme Jedang Che. Were they different, by the way?
Yeah, Anasrava.
Okay, but they use them interchangeably.
Sakne,
So what's the main thing when we're talking about ultimate Abhidharma?
I guess it's not wisdom.
Those three paths. The state of mind of those three paths.
Oh, right.
Path 3, path 4, path 5 is the main thing, soul. Okay, main thing. But he says that's not correct.
Oh.
Okay, now you have to understand something. Wisdom lives in the mind. Wisdom lives in the mind. Okay, wisdom is a mental function, and of the inside the main mind, awareness, your general awareness. Okay, so wisdom is a mental function. It's one of the many mental functions. It's intelligence, lodru, mati, inside the main mind. Okay, and the way we think of mental functions is that they are the circle, and general consciousness is the king. You see, they are the core, the circle, and then main awareness is like the king, is the soul. So you have core and soul. It's similar to Jay and Kulbu, but not exactly. Okay, so you've got all these mental functions, and then they're in the emperor's throne room, and they're sitting around the emperor. The emperor is main mind, Sosim. Okay, so normally, wisdom is considered core. In Abhidharma language, Jendang, follower. So this guy's saying, it's wrong for you to describe the big guy, the main guy, as wisdom. Because consciousness is the main guy, we all know that. And wisdom is just one of his circle. So he's switching between two circles, which is kind of interesting. To say that your general awareness is subservient to your wisdom, is weird. Wisdom is a tiny piece of your main mind. That's his complaint here. Okay, got it?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good complaint. Yeah, to call general consciousness one of the 4 or 5
Ginger.
attendants pretty good. Attendants to wisdom is kind of weird, because wisdom is always attendant to general consciousness. Okay? You okay? Dear Chungumbala, here in Abhidharma, which could mean, when you describe the meaning of Abhidharma, Shirab Tsora Gyurpa, wisdom is the main guy. Mite.
It's not.
That's not correct. Te means correct. It's not correct. Miteba Tao, he believes it.
Yeah.
Because consciousness.
No, it's not. Because Namche Tso, general mind is the king. And Shirab and wisdom is the attendant to general mind. Okay? Wisdom is just one of the attendants to the king, which is main mind. It's just one of the mental functions inside the main mind. But main mind is the main thing. Okay? Then we give a short answer. Makyap. Makyap.
And that's it. That's all we have to
Just
say.
because of that.
Yeah, which means he agrees. He agrees. I agree that wisdom is attendant to main mind.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean wisdom can't be the main guy in the Abhidharma.
Yeah, I agree. It's just not what we're saying. Yeah.
It's two different main guys.
Yeah.
It's two different attendants.
Yeah.
Okay. We just said Makyap.
Yeah.
So we kind of got out of it gracefully. Okay, I agree. Everybody knows. It's just one mental function. and it's just one mental function, and main mind is king. Right? Like, we understand, but that doesn't prove that wisdom can't be the king in this circumstance, in this situation,
In reference
when
to
we're talking
previous
about
unit.
ultimate Abhidharma. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
You got it?
Oh.
Yeah, generally what you said is correct, but it doesn't prove that wisdom can't be the main guy in this case. And then consciousness has to wait on the sidelines. Okay, consciousness has to be the attendant. In this case, in Abhidharma, when we're talking about Abhidharma. I still got 2 minutes. Kachi chungma in the ship and the Now this is an interesting debate. That's not a Mayingak. What's that mean?
The last one is
Yeah. Good. You tell me what it says. Somebody tell me.
If something is Abhidharma, then it has to be
Aware.
mind.
Some kind of mind, some kind of mental
Yeah.
state.
Oh, well, I mean,
If something is Abhidharma, it must be a mental state. It must be awareness. True or false? You're the one who
False is-
invented the false.
Yeah, because the form.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
And there's also Demenducci. There's also heap number 3, which is things like Stanley.
Oh,
Okay.
the other thing.
Yeah. The
Effect.
yeah.
what is
Other-
DJ Shiva? I mean, could you, Duche?
Some duches are Sherpa, like the other mental functions.
What about Duche? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Sherpa. Yeah.
Okay.
It has awareness.
Okay.
It's a form of awareness.
Duche.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Got it?
Sorwa? Also.
Sorry?
Feeling.
Yeah, it's an awareness.
Geshe, do you mean that me is in the category of other factors?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Stanley is Demenducci. It's a changing thing which is neither mental or physical.
So it's,
But me
I'm
should
sorry.
be-
No. Oh no. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. In Abhidharma system, in heap number 3 is Stanley.
Okay.
Really?
Because you
Yeah.
usually teach it as other mental factors.
Yeah, that's the biggest population of heap number 3 is other mental functions. But there's a few other guys in there,
Oh, okay.
especially in the Abhidharma.
But he's right, but he's saying, look, are you putting me in number 3 of the parts of me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
That's my parts.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, here's our counterexample. Here's what he wants to call an exception to what he said. Not all forms of Abhidharma have to be awareness, have to be a state of mind. And the example he gives is the Sakmeki Domba in the mental stream of an Arya. Sakmeki Domba means
Unstate realization?
no, a vow. Okay, so in Abhidharma, we recognize other kinds of vows, which means moral behavior
Oh, right.
just because of who you are, not because you took a vow. Okay, and one of the most famous ones is Samtengi Domba.
Something. Oh, because you're in meditation, you can't rob a bank.
Yeah, okay. It's called the vow of meditation. It's almost like a joke. You can't do anything bad while you're in meditation.
Right.
You know, you can't lie, you can't cheat, you can't have jealousy. If you're in a deep state of mind, at least you didn't kill anybody. Okay? And then someone who's seeing selflessness, right?
Right.
Directly, they have just kind of moral behavior. They can't do something wrong.
Oh, that's not mental.
Right. Good point. Yeah, it's not mental.
Yeah,
It's a
Geshe,
vow.
or pastime.
Come on, she isn't here yet.
So
Crouching
you,
by
She's ready, she's ready to strike.
Excuse me?
you,
In the mind of an Arya.
Mind stream
In the being of an Arya. So sometimes it's in the included within his being or her being. Okay, I'm gonna stop there because it gets complicated.
It's getting good, Stanley.
It gets complicated after this. Okay. Okay.
Smile, Stanley.
That's a
We can do
fix
better, we can do
now.
By the way,
Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna, you know, since she hasn't knocked yet,
Oh, shit.
Supungyan, Supurian.
Superior.
Sorry.
Boom, the
Yeah.
heap of- the heap
Oh.
of-
Supung.
There you
Oh,
go.
the pour of soup.
Yeah. What's this say, Stanley? Supungyan.
What was this?
Suki pumbo yimbeche. Suki pumbo yimbeche.
So the form.
It's the heap of form.
Uh,
In the end of this argument,
how they say
we're
the
going to say,
powers.
no, it's not awareness, because it's the heap of form.
Uh,
So now you got another heap of form in the attendant to Abhidharma. So just for you, he wrote that. So you could have another
He anticipated.
form heap going on during the Abhidharma. Okay. By the way, why is it physical? Especially in Abhidharma. This is an Allison question. This is an Allison question.
the vow.
Why is it physical, especially in the Vaibhashika school?
Oh, it has to do with how they
communicating
how
or
they
not?
exist.
No.
Is it?
What is morality emphasized in the Vinaya?
Oh, speech and
Yeah, it's
body.
speech and physical. Yeah, body and mind. Body and words. You see? Got it? So if it's a vow, in the lower schools, it should involve what you say or what you do. And those are both sukh. Those are both rupa. Those are both form. Got it? So if you get some kind of vow
Especially
because you're an Arya, in this school, if you get some kind of vow because you're an Arya, it makes sense to call it part of physical. Got it? Because morality in this low school is mostly physical. We're mostly talking physical. Okay. Whew. Okay. Did we? Shipuki Joshi Meto Cham Rirabling Shi Inde Gempadi Sangye Shindu Mite Uargi Rokunanda Shingla Chuparsho Inam Guru Ratna Mandala Kaniyatayami Di Keokun Sanam Yeshe Tsok Shing Sanam Yeshe Le Chungwe Dambar Kuni Tobar Sho.
谢谢，给谢。